Hello, everyone. Sorry about the lateness. We're gonna start up now. So let's quickly join the Discord, see what everyone else is up to. After I make sure everything is set up properly on OBS and stream and everything. There we go. Hopefully I used the word interlude correctly. We'll see.
Well, that will explain why I haven't had one.
Oh,
It can be done with other stuff. One of my favorites is eggs, potato.
That will also explain why I haven't had.
Are you vegan?
Yes.
Oh,
Hmm.
I thought you were just vegetarian. Okay.
Nah.
I think that came up like first episode of the
It
Gunpowder
was fairly
Plot.
early, yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, I think it was the bacon actually,
Oh yeah. That's what it was.
the quote unquote bacon.
Hey Vic.
Hey, I'm trying to. Imra keeps pinging me with stuff in Roll20 that I didn't know wizards had access to, so here we are.
They are a
might
special
be,
wizard,
He
so
might be home yet. He had to go speak with our landlord real quick with a couple other guys, but he's supposed to be back by 1, so he's probably here.
I mean, he's doing stuff in Roll20, so I hope he's
There
here.
he is.
Sorry, I zoned out, forgot what time it was.
That's okay. All right. Welcome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is everybody.
wow,
Hello.
this is the first.
Yeah, until I was here before most of us.
Yeah. I was just waiting for someone to be in the Discord. As soon as I saw Scott in there, I was like, oh.
Yeah. All right. So, any questions or anything before we start? Anything anybody wants to say? Poor
That
Marcus.
about sums it up.
Got it.
Marcus has decided to file away the last 24 hours as to deal with later.
Very good.
That's
very
a good coping mechanism.
That'll be a separate unboxing video.
All right. Then last we saw ourselves, we had got into Elysium, Doimahart, did all that good stuff, had a bit of a kind of epilogue wrapping things up, and now we're getting ready for our next adventure. Some of you are beginning to... Mistro was going to teleport you somewhere on the continent, and you decided to end up in a forest outside of Largrasis to see what all that giant business is up to. So we'll switch to some different music. There we go. This is our nice big Elysium magic music. All right. And yeah, the floor is open to anyone that wants to do anything before you go.
I wonder
Before
who
we
that might be. Yeah, Pan steps to one side, sort of next to Mr. Imra, not Imra Prime, whatever we're calling him. And the last thing he's done is say something into Talai's head and give him a little nod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Talai will walk up to Esvele and will just kind of stand there for a second and just says, I'll be back. And in a weird kind of non-Talai moment, gives her a hug.
She freezes for a moment, like arms out to the side, like and then like does one of those slow return hugs, just very confused with the situation. Is everything all right?
And then Talai will walk up to Marcus and just kind of,
Gonna take that as a no.
you better keep them safe, all right?
Oh, okay.
'Cause they're not gonna have me to take the hits anymore. But I'll be back. And then he'll walk over and stand by Pan. Kind of nod as if, like, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you all the best fortunes, but it's clear now where my purpose lies again. A harder road, perhaps, but fate has its tricks, and it's time to meet them. Are you sure about this, Talai?
More than anything else. I'm ready.
And at that, I'll teleport him, I suppose.
Poof.
Yeah, poof him back to Gilgar.
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever they had decided they wanted to go in Gilgar.
And Esvele, along with Prime and Marcus, you see Panoptis and Talai vanish before you, having come to realize that their journey lies elsewhere.
Spell turns to Imra. That is, Imra turned god.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on the same page with. Right.
Hmm.
Well then.
Is everyone ready to leave?
Yeah.
Or those that are left?
Sure.
All right. And your vision begins to fade as Imristra vanishes from your sight, as does the rest of Dweimahart and Elysium. And you begin to see a forest around you. And you find yourself outside of the city of Largrasis.
So. Prime. We had we were going to assault a city full of giants.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Down 2 people.
Yep.
But at least you're a god or something. Or an avatar of a god or something.
Yeah.
Right. This is
It's
gonna go
gonna be
great.
fun. Speaking of assaulting this place, do we have a plan?
None. None that I have, at least.
Well, I can. Esvele and I can do some scouting and then figure out where we need to be.
What time of day is it? And what's like the? Are we just in forest? Can we see the city at all?
You're kind of. You can see through the tree line the city, so like you're maybe like 50 feet from the edge of the forest, so you could very easily get eye on it. It seems to be, we'll say, midday.
Okay.
Did not mean to ping that.
Oh, I had thought that you were about to start summoning.
No.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna need an hour. Just leave me here.
Yeah, no, I can do that later.
I was going to talk to you about that, especially with respect to the city, but sure. About the scouting thing.
Yeah.
The last time that we were here, I sent in an invisible familiar, and it
Mhm.
kind of got shot.
I think I can do you one better than the familiar for scouting.
Okay.
That we should be able to essentially, or I should be able to essentially see the whole city if I want to. And we can figure out what the plan is.
Right, gotcha. Do you know everything now?
Not everything. More than I
But
used
just like
to.
most thing?
A lot of things, yes.
Ah,
Yeah. Many more than I used to know, for sure.
right. Right.
Mm-hmm. So giants.
So, giants. Yeah, so
Yeah.
can we see the city?
You're, like I said, if you move to the edge, like you'll
Yeah.
probably be, I don't know, a mile from the city.
Alright.
So you can definitely see like the walls and stuff. You won't be able to see any details from that distance, though. It is a walled city. We have talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
Not a super large city. I have it written down somewhere. Yeah, about 2,500 people.
Did somebody say that there was tunnels in the last
There are.
session?
There are tunnels.
Yes, but would Marcus have heard that?
We were talking about a cave, but not tunnels, I don't
Yeah.
think.
There are tunnels in the mountains to like the north of Largrasis.
Gotcha. How big we talking for walls?
Oh. City wall height.
Insurmountably high or
Oh, definitely climbable.
10 feet? Okay.
We're going with, let's find it. City walls.
Can we see the giants over the city walls?
They are 8 feet high.
Oh. Okay.
Like this isn't like a castle wall. It is more of like fortification, like to make sure animals don't get in for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
or small creatures that like escape the Arhouse Mountains and stuff. These were not built as like a military fortification.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to defend themselves from the tweens.
Mm-hmm. Now, if
For those that don't know what a tween looks like,
Oh, jeez.
it is a real D&D creature.
so we're a mile away, we can see the walls. Do
Yeah.
we see giants?
How far do people see?
Well, 7 miles is to the curve, where you
Yeah.
can no longer see on a completely flat plane.
3 mile. Give me a perception roll. We'll do that. Yeah, it wasn't that hard. They're giants. No.
No. So, I do have a few options for getting us in, as well as scouting. I could make us all turn invisible. I could.
They, at least one of them was able to see and shoot an invisible thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I can also make a door in that wall. We can get in through the wall anywhere we want.
We could also climb it.
We could. And there's also the tunnels.
On the topic of being in the city, before we do that, I would like to maybe rest a little.
Okay.
Right.
Rest. A
Th-
full
that
night?
that ethereal plane nonsense where
Yes.
did we just leave those wizards behind?
No, they're back on the boat.
Okay.
They're safe.
Okay. Right. Yeah. No. That was sort of a lot.
Yes.
An hour at the least.
Okay.
Why don't you do that spell while we're resting?
Yes.
Or while she's resting?
Mm-hmm. I will certainly do that. Let's see.
And if we wait until night, I can also do some really good scouting.
Alright, so we're gonna set up a little camp on the edge of the forest here. I don't need to be any closer.
Alright, yeah, you set up camp.
And I will do my arcane eye, and with
I was going to ask you what it looks like, but it's invisible.
it is invisible, and I'm gonna do that to make the range a mile so I can start it right in the city.
Oh, yeah, sure. Increase range to a mile, dear lord. Yeah. Yeah, it poofs in the middle of the city.
And I guess I'll just start going around, check all the.
I'll give you this. Oops. Yeah, so you find yourself in the middle of Largrasis. You see like the main marketplace, all that good stuff. I know I have better music for this. I can't find it. Well, just go with that.
Okay.
And give me a general perception roll.
Okay.
Very nice. So the first thing you immediately notice, because it's very easy to tell, there are no giants. No, like, or
Nowhere.
unless they're all like lying down and hiding from you.
Mhm.
But like you would be able to see a giant. They're pretty tall. And you had done some amount of scouting here before. Like you had easily seen them coming in and out of the city. On top of that, you see everyone, like the market is open, the stores are open, people are milling about, talking to each other. As far as you can tell, nothing ever happened here.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try and make my way up to the city hall building, whatever it was, the
Sure.
main large one.
Yeah. There was a large theater that they seemed to be using as their kind of headquarters while they're in the city.
Right.
Which, for some reason, my map for that isn't loading, so we'll just use our imagination. But yeah, you can go there.
Okay, yeah. That'll be my first stop.
Yeah, you go in, slip in through whatever, I don't know. You can fit through a hole that's like 1 inch in diameter or something. You get in.
Mm-hmm.
You see a few people inside. You assume they're residents of the city. Some seem to be kind of sweeping, cleaning up. You notice the rest of the city seemed very intact. This building, however, does seem to have sustained some damage on its interior that people seem to be repairing. Large beams and such. The stage needs repairs. But it seems to just be humans and some elves tending to repairs.
Seeing that, I guess I'll go. I want to go to the front gates and see if they're clear. If there's just like human and/or humanoid
Yeah,
guards there instead of
there we
giants.
go. Front gates. Yeah, well, we'll just keep your perception roll for all of this.
Okay.
Yes, you see, again, no giants. They seem to be nowhere to be found. You see some militia, like they don't really seem like well-equipped city guards. They seem like people that picked up a sword. But they are kind of patrolling on the walls, and you see a few of them standing out front, but not stopping anyone that is going. And you see lots of people going in, or not lots, but you see some people going in and out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly out.
I will. At this point, I'll probably poof back and say, "There's no giants in that city anymore. People are back. I don't know what happened, but I don't think there's gonna be a fight."
Well, if people are back, we could go ask, or maybe
Mhm.
that means it's not a problem anymore.
And we'll say that took an hour, because why not? So,
Yeah.
Esvele, your short rest is over.
Yeah, I did have to go around the whole city, so.
It doesn't move that fast.
Yeah, so we can just go ask what happened. I wouldn't
Suppose.
be inclined to believe that they took out all those giants. So, I guess
They
we'll
did
just
seem
walk
like
up.
they were gearing up for something last they were here.
My bet is they moved on. They're still out there, Marcus. You'll get your fight.
Yeah, so do you want to head into the city?
Yeah,
Giddy up.
let's go.
Yeah. Front gates, or...
Yeah, I think we just go in through the front door.
Yeah, you start heading through the front door. You pass several carts, families that seem to be leaving the city. There are a few travelers and merchants heading into the city like you. However, the majority seem to be leaving. And by the time you reach the gates, as you saw, Imra, there was a few guards kind of just standing there. Similar militia. They don't look professional. And they don't ask you any questions or stop you, or not stopping anybody really.
Mm-hmm. We all know where we should go. The only place that has any, that I saw with any remnant of the giants was that theater that they had holed up in. So I think that might be our best bet.
Remnants.
Just the damage, no giants.
Got it. Well, if you're looking for a place where people like to talk about things, I'm sure there's a bar near here.
That's a good bet.
Do you want a specific, like, nice bar, bad bar? Ask one of the locals.
Somewhere divey, I think.
Somewhere divey.
Yeah,
Mhm.
somewhere where it looks like people are there to complain mostly.
Yes. The first inn you come out, since you're on the edge of town, you imagine that's where you're going to find the shabbier bars, and you come across a bar. Seems a surprisingly nice sign compared to the rest of the building. That is titled "The Crowned Beggar." And you head inside.
Yeah.
It seems to be like very shabby inn. You see, it is quite full of people, although a lot of them seem to be grabbing something from the bartender and then just immediately heading out. But there are still quite a few people sitting around drinking, despite it being the middle of the day.
Esvele walks up to the bar and orders 3 beers.
Okay.
Yep. Bartender, it's a dwarf with big smile. Very, very happily serves you. Has golden hair, amber eyes. Has a beautiful crystal amulet kind of hanging on a necklace. And brings you 3 beers.
Thank you. By the way, do you know what happened? I heard some news that something was going on in this city, but everything seems to be sort of normal.
Roll persuasion. With advantage, because you bought something.
Or am I wearing the right thing? No, I'm not. Give me just a sec, sorry. I believe it should be +1.
Well, you got a nat 20, so.
I believe that should be +1.
Okay, you got a 27. You beat his DC by 1. Wow. Yeah, he seems like a very friendly guy. You must be talking about all the giants we had. Yeah, they left probably about a day ago.
A day ago.
Yeah. Must have been just around 24 hours. Yeah, it was about midday yesterday.
Do you know where they went? Everyone seems to have gotten back to normal rather quickly.
Well, we were all stuck inside for quite a while, so being able to get out, drink, really puts people in the right mood. Marcus, I'm assuming you want to know if he's lying?
Yeah, on the 24 hours thing.
Yeah, he has as you try to read him, like, his smile is very, like, just this very charismatic, like, this is a bartender's smile. You're unable to really read more than that. And, like, he looks very charming and truthful, but you're unable to kind of see past that.
Sorry, did he say where they were heading?
I
He said
think you had asked and then asked something else, and he got confused about the multiple questions. Well, as far as we could tell, north back to the mountains.
Huh. I wonder what brought them there. Or here.
I mean, yeah, they came from the mountains. I suppose they were going back home.
After having gotten bored of that city. Weird. Weird.
Well, can I get you anything else?
Nope, thank you very much. And we'll grab the drinks and we'll head over to one of the tables that is near whatever looks like one of the rowdier groups.
All
just
right.
to see if we can hear things. But we'll take a seat.
Yeah, whoever wants to can make a perception roll for just kind of like what you're hearing in the bar. It can be one of you or all of you, whatever.
Minus the advantage.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
Simon.
Simon. You heard
I
it?
was just about to say we don't have Pan anymore.
Okay, yeah, Prime. There seems to be some kind of dissonance having left the kind of celestial plane coming here. You're having trouble. Things are kind of fuzzy still. You're getting adjusted to your new senses, so you're unable to really get anything. Esvele, what you mostly hear is a table nearby. You see this red-haired human talking about his rabbit Ringais, who he is currently trying to make do different tricks by bribing him with a carrot. That's really all you get. Marcus, however, you hear several different conversations. Lots of just kind of middling conversations of people excited to leave the town now that the giants aren't stopping them. You hear some merchants that are excited that we can finally move our goods. We're not stuck here. You hear some families talking about how it was a very scary experience, but they're glad most everyone got out safe. And you specifically hear one person that seems to be complaining about complaining about the person that hired them. This was supposed to be a very short job. They've been stuck here having to care for this horse and carriage. Even though they're not going anywhere, he had to clean the carriage every day just in case they had to go anywhere. Really sick of his boss.
oh boy, I am sus AF about this whole situation right now. I just want to try something real quick, actually.
Oh yeah, give it to me.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't think of. Okay, first thing first. I would like to stand on top of a table, or like make myself more obvious.
Yep.
I don't necessarily need to stand on a table, but I will say in giant, I don't know, just something to get their attention. I'll just say the giants were like a bunch of weaklings, and I'm glad they're gone. In giant.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the tavern looks towards you because you just started shouting things, and that's a normal reaction.
Yep.
Most just look very confused. Few look a bit frightened.
Nobody seems like any unexpected responses to this, though. No one understood me.
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay. Then I will just nod to myself, get off the table, and cast Primeval Awareness.
Okay.
So specifically, I am looking for any of my favorite enemies. By spending 1 uninterrupted minute in concentration, I can sense if there are any of my favorite enemies, undead and giant, within 5 miles of me.
Within 5 miles. Undead, no.
Dang.
Giants, how far away is 5 miles? Also, no.
So is that like like a desert tradition when you're drinking? Are we supposed to also get up on the table and shout nonsense? Or
Is there a dance that goes along with it or something?
I-
Dave?
oh my God, there should be.
Oh no, I just looking for giants.
Alright.
The table's not that tall.
I feel like you guys would recognize giant as a language.
Yeah. Till I did
Probably,
speak it.
yes.
Talai and Will spoke it a fair bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just to
Well,
chat.
they spoke
Okay.
Golka.
No, they spoke giant.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
It was giant.
Yeah. So you would for sure recognize the language. You almost for sure did not understand what he said, but you're like, hey, I am probably right about which language this is.
I don't know. I got nothing.
Well,
Well,
then
if
we
they left
go
24 hours ago, we could just go look for tracks.
There's no reason to stay here if there's no giants in the city, eh?
One assumes that something changed.
Mm-hmm.
As you're discussing with each other, a human in fine clothes begins to approach your table and appears to be quite drunk. Marcus, you recognize this as the person that had been complaining about their boss earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And he, beer in hand, kind of looking at you, very slurred. You guys are adventurers, right?
Yes.
So, like, if I gave you money, you do jobs? You go on quests?
It depends on the job.
Well, listen,
And
I
the
got this real dipshit of a boss. He's making me clean things that don't need cleaning. Been riding my ass this whole trip. And I just need someone to take care of him. Kind of put him in his place. He needs to learn a lesson.
We don't do murder.
You have to.
I thought he was asking about algebra.
You just got like you got though that. I see the big stick you got. You can just kind of go whap. Just kind of and say no. Be nice.
No being nice?
No, he should be nice.
Oh,
'Cause he's mean.
no.
Listen. Being a nice. It's my new dish. No, listen. He's got some nice stuff. Listen, we go and we take care. We go with the big stick and go whap. And then we can go and look, he's a banker, you see. A banker. He's got lots of money, big connections. He would definitely have some stuff, lots of information if there's anything you want to know. He's Smart guy.
We being asked to murder and rob an innocent.
No, you go whap.
So we're being asked to torture and rob an innocent.
Just one. No, you don't torch. You just go whap.
I would
And
like to pull this man's pants down.
yeah, you do it, and he does not even react. He
Perfect.
probably did not even notice. Now listen. I know you're probably just pulling a hard time because you want plausible deniability. I get it. And he gives you a big blink.
Theft
Now
is-
listen, he's close to the theater, middle of town. There's this nice place. He didn't want me staying there, kind of dirtying up his place. He's at the thief and casket's real nice. And that's where he talks with all the uppity ups. They trade their secrets and stuff. So listen, you go there. You say you looking for Telvos. He's gonna be real fancy man, real fancy pants man. You'll see, cause he has a big frown on his face, cause he's always sad.
No. And you are starting to annoy me.
Now listen, man. We're just drinking. You don't. There's no annoying. You just. And then he falls over.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna poke him with my stick a few
Uh,
times.
Yeah, he gives a big burp.
I'll pick him up and put him in a chair, not sitting with us, so he's at least sitting straight up.
Did you
Sorry,
put
I'll
his
do it.
pants back on?
I think I've seen Imra do this one before, but in real life.
As which one?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Have either of you ever gotten so drunk that you asked someone to murder and rob your boss?
Nope.
No. I also have never had a boss, but you know.
Right.
Well, if nothing else, he might have more information than the people that are hanging around this place.
But we're not murder robbing him, right?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I mean, we can scare him if you want to, but we don't have
No,
to.
I'm personally not for this at all.
No.
We don't have to scare him.
Unless he's a dick.
Hey, Celestial Imra Prime, what's your alignment?
Neutral good right now.
Okay.
It's neutral. Hey! Only if he's a dick.
I'm only
We're
the
not gonna
avatar
be
of a celestial god. Give me a break.
We're not gonna be mean to him unless he deserves.
Neutral
I am
good.
still more interested in the Giants. First,
Me as well.
you mentioned a theater.
Theater? Yeah.
Theater.
That's where they
We might
Set
find
up,
some information.
Hopefully. That is where they set up their
Well, let's go.
headquarters.
I will down my beer, which I have at this point not touched, and let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to the center of town. Oh, Shiro, stop! What did you do? How'd you open that? You're crazy.
You don't question cats. They
Okay.
can do more without thumbs than we can do with.
Yeah. Yeah, so you head to middle of town to where the theater is. Around it, you see the houses in this district are much nicer. You see a lot of like actual like townhomes and such where people live, nicer inns, including the what did I already call it? Thief and Cask, like that drunk guy was talking about. Some like more high end like jewelry shops and such. Like this seems like the nice part of town.
When I looked, there were still people there cleaning, so they'll probably know something. Someone will.
Now that we're walking across town, do I feel like 5 miles would have encompassed the whole thing from where I was?
Oh. Maybe. Let me do some measuring. How big is small town? Town larger than village, smaller than city. That's not helpful. 5 miles. We'll say yeah.
Shall we go in?
I'll just be a quick second. I am going to cast Sending before, because it just reminded me to the shoemakers that we helped the first time. And I'll just say, I don't know if you've heard, but there are no giants in Largrasis anymore. You're safe to come back if you haven't already.
Yeah, they give you get a quick message back. They just say thank you very much.
Alright, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you want to head into the theater?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here, let me see if my map works this time. Oh, there we go. We'll do this one. Just do. Whoa! Why is that so big? Almost ready. You know when you import a map and it's just so big? It takes 10 years to scale it down. There we go. We'll say it's that big. Welcome.
Ooh.
And we'll go... No, not that music. We want... this music. So welcome to the or not the tavern, to the theater. Imra, you see the same people kind of wandering around. You see people like carrying planks of wood, different repair tools, a number of carpenters and laborers. Again, just doing minor, like it's not like, oh, half the roof collapsed, but some of the structural beams needed to be replaced. Some of the chairs and benches were broken that seemed to be under repair. In addition to, it's been a couple hours since you looked in here, you see probably about a dozen people, all in quite fine clothing. Don't know why I can't find a token for them, but whatever. All kind of gathered near the front of the theater, sitting in chairs, and there seems to be an elf in especially fine clothing, kind of gold bejeweled. Seems to be the guy in charge and is talking to them.
Are there any differences aside from the structural damage from when I last peeked in here?
Much brighter. A lot more of the torches have been lit. Give me a perception roll. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Other than the structural damage, it looks exactly the same.
Got it.
I want to start poking around. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to...
Sure, give me a perception or... What was I going to say? Investigation roll.
-1 or 4. Let's... Yep. Okay.
There he is. There's my boy. That's a bad token. Make a new token. Now it looks good. Also, Esvele, I'll say, because you got a nat 20 on your perception, you can kind of see what everyone at the front seems to be some kind of like town hall meeting discussing what to do now that the giants are gone. The man at the front is named Childo. He seems to be the lord of Largrasis and the surrounding area. You see, like I said, about a dozen people. Most of them seem to be quite... they're not sitting well. You see them like kind of nodding along with what he says. Nobody seems to want to disagree with him. However, there seems to be one character sitting a little bit to the side that doesn't seem to be nodding along as much as everyone else.
I'll move towards the meeting so I can hear maybe a bit about what they're talking about while trying to stay closer to the person who is maybe not matching the reaction of the rest of the crowd.
Okay, 1 sec. There we go. Now I got more tokens. Beautiful. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Yes. So the elf at the front is discussing, like, okay, now the giants are gone, so we can continue. We can go back to work finally. Begin getting these tithes rolling once again. It has been too long. Have you seen what I have had to live with? Over a week of living in squalor. People refuse to wait on me. I'm the lord of these lands and deserve better. And all the other well-dressed people are nodding. Of course. Like, we'll make sure they go back to work right away. People will start paying taxes right away. We need to get things back to normal as fast as possible.
Having joined this conversation about how far am I away from this person?
The elf?
Yeah.
Are you Kalishtar?
Currently merfolk.
Okay. Well, you drag that on. We'll say you're like here-ish.
Got it. Okay. No reason.
This is fine. Yeah, Mark, I don't think I ever actually gave you an answer. Like, you're mostly... Like, you haven't been here before, so nothing looks out of the ordinary that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, even with a 7 on perception, you do notice in the back there is a stairway down to a basement.
I'm gonna try and sneak in there then.
Sneak in there or just go in there?
I'm gonna be quiet about it.
Okay, give me a stealth roll then.
I'm okay at these.
I did not think that was gonna be your skill set. Okay.
Yeah, no one sees you.
Gloomstock.
Yes. Esvele, as you approach, because you rolled so good on your perception, you see the one human, sort of short brown hair, goes down into a full beard, although well shaven, like it's well cared for, wearing more simple yet still elegant kind of black fine clothes with golden accents. Not jeweled in any way. Has had quite a stern face looking at these proceedings the whole time, but as the merfolk approaches, seems to keep a side eye on you.
Sure, he's welcome to have a side eye on me.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a side eye on me.
Yeah, and Marcus will get to you once
Mhm.
Esvele is done doing whatever.
I'm mostly intending to listen for now. I'm probably going to cause trouble, but I mostly want to gauge just how much of a dick this guy is. I think I've already got a read on that.
Give me insight. A big dick. You expect he is some kind of self-imposed tyrant.
Yeah.
You cannot imagine there was any kind of democratic process that got this man in charge.
Yeah. Did you do the same thing twice in a row? I am being watched by this one guy rather conspicuously. How many other people that are not these people are in this theater? It looks like we didn't draw a ton of attention walking in here, but,
Yeah, like you got some side eyes from the laborers. We'll say there's probably about 20 laborers just milling about throughout the theater. So, like, there were some near the front, some, like, on the stage here, some backstage that you haven't seen, Esvele, but Marcus would have.
yeah, assuming I can do this without looking like it is conspicuously what I'm doing, I'm going to pants this guy as well.
Let me look at Mage Hand. It does have verbal and somatic components, so you will have to make a sleight of hand roll.
Sure. I look forward to failing this.
It's also completely visible.
Yeah, the hand isn't invisible.
Oh, the
and
hand
I
the
can't
hand
trick
is
her.
visible. Okay,
Yes.
in that
Yeah.
case, I'll go for something much more conservative
Okay.
and just soil his pants.
Okay, okay. You will still need to make a sleight of hand roll to see.
Oh, and this is sorry. That's a much shorter range. Stand by.
Oh yeah, 10 feet. Just
No,
Just
there's
walk
a
up.
much more reasonable solution to this, which is can I do that one at will? Why did I not write that down? I think I can.
Press-
Yep, I can do that at will. I am just going to silent image his pants falling down. I believe I have range for that. Let me ping this one.
60 feet.
Okay.
How big do you make his dick?
No, he's just we'll do like heart mom boxers.
Okay, okay.
Sorry, tidy whities.
Okay, you will still have to make a sleight of hand roll.
Naturally. Sorry, I was just solving some other issues. Let's see. Sleight of hand.
Okay.
I'm rolling well today.
Now I gotta, let's find my stat block to roll int saves, I guess. Int. Well, what's your DC?
Oh boy. 15? Is that right?
Sure. They rolled real good. But they do not hear you cast. No one knows you cast it.
Aside from the fact that a weird merfolk walked up and then this happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, no one is really paying attention to you except this one man.
Right.
And you see from your previous perception roll, slight smirk pass his face, although it quickly disappears.
Right.
You hear small gasps come up from the crowd of people, but they quickly dissipate as they are able to overcome the illusion.
Okay.
I already forget his name. The elf lord that's up here looks a bit confused, looking because they all kind of gave a gasp, and he stops what he's saying to look at them, but they all just kind of clear their throats and start nodding again, and he continues talking about his plan to increase taxes to make up for the lost work while the giants were here.
Perfect. I'm happy with this for the time being. If you want to move on to Marcus.
Sorry, so let's see if this works.
My breakfast burrito had a lot of juice in it for some reason.
Yes, Marcus, you're going into the basement. I got distracted and forgot to get a basement. We'll just pretend. We'll imagine a basement.
Unacceptable. I cannot imagine anything in this
Session over.
fake world.
I quit.
You want me to use my imagination in D&D? No.
What do you mean it's all improv and math?
Always has been. Yes, you go down into the basement. There are no torches lit down here. I believe you have dark vision.
I don't
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh yeah, you're better, Genasi.
No, actually, I'm a Gloomstalker.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
That'll
so, yeah, you're able to look through the darkness. You're welcome to light a torch if you want to see
Nah.
colors and whatever. But yes, you can see, like, it's dim light down here fairly easily, so you begin heading down these stairs. As you begin to go downstairs, you encounter more broken... It turns to stone, more broken. It does not seem very well kept down here. Although, like, you can tell, like, this isn't like, oh, something was broken. This is just attrition from it being old, just not maintained. When you reach the bottom of the stairs, you come into a large room about like 40 feet by 40 feet. You see some broken shell. You imagine this was used for some kind of storage. You see a lot of broken furniture and boxes. just kind of stacked in corners. What catches your attention the most, though, is some form of scorch marks in the center of the room.
At this point, I will make a small light then. I don't think I'm going full torch,
Sure.
but just like if I have something small I can light.
Yeah. Like, the stairs are far enough, and there was, like, a small kind of, like, door hatch. So, like, very unlikely someone would see your torchlight, even if they
Actually,
were
at the
looking.
bottom of the stairs, I want to set up a small thing so that if somebody comes down, they would knock it over and I would hear it.
Yeah, for sure. You set up you find some piece of wood or whatever that they'll kick over. Yes, you set up a small light. Give me an investigation or perception roll. Either is fine. Perfect. You look around. So, looking at these scorch marks in particular, you notice they aren't in the direct center of the room. They seem to be a little bit off-center, although they are in a perfect circle. It appears to be leftovers from some kind of runic circle, some kind of spell casting. Although it has deteriorated enough that you'll need someone, either the person that made them or someone much more proficient in spellcasting and arcana.
I wonder who that would be.
I don't know.
I wish I'd message. Why couldn't you have given us messages our once a day cantrip?
Probably would have been useful.
Yeah.
Can't give you something too useful though.
No.
True strike
I'll use
once a day.
I'll use thaumaturgy to shake the floor. So he gets my. No, I'll put out my light and come back up and try and get Prime's attention.
Yeah, you easily catch Prime's attention. Where are you, Prime? You just chilling out?
Yeah, I was probably hanging back a little bit from Esvele, but in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Took a
I'm gonna,
seat.
Poke out behind the curtains and just put my head out and try and get Esvele and Prime's attention.
Yeah, you can catch both of their attentions.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll point behind me.
And I will start walking back this way. Come down here.
I will. I'll just sort of mentally mark the person who had sort of the different read on this meeting. But yeah, I'll join. I don't have any particular reason to stay here at the moment.
Alright, yeah, so the three of you head back. Again, if you want to be stealthy, we'll keep your roll, Marcus, but Prime and Esvele will have to make stealth rolls if you want to get down there sneakily.
The good news is I've never screwed up a campaign by messing up a stealth roll before.
Neither have I.
Yes, so you do note when you go into the basement, you do notice that some commoner, some of the laborers, look your way and see you go inside.
Yeah. If they don't do anything, I won't do anything.
Yeah, they don't stop you or approach you. They just see you go in. And yes, you come down into the basement. Raise your hand if you have dark vision.
Yup.
Give me just a second. Yep.
Something you will notice is if you have dark vision, you can't see me.
Weird.
Gloom stalker. So yeah.
So
Prime, you can see the room same as Marcus saw it before. You don't see anything new. However, you don't see Marcus, even though you know he went down ahead of you. And
Marcus.
So Esvele, was that a yes or a no to dark vision?
I do now. I toggled over to Hop.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you go into basement. You do not see Marcus in there. However, you do notice the scorch marks in the middle-ish of the room.
I'll do that cool guy thing. I'm like leaning in the corner, and I just like light a match or whatever in front of me. Great light. Like, hey.
I'll go over to the scorch marks on the floor and take a look at them.
Give me a Arcana roll with advantage.
Oh boy.
Easy. 12. Oh no.
Those were bad rolls too. Those. Oh, that was.
It
Did
was
you
a
call a
15.
15 a bad roll?
Ugh.
Oh, 15 wasn't bad.
Mhm.
The 8 was still a 20.
Yes. Yes, so you begin to look at the scorch marks, and they seem to be some kind of containment spell. And these scorch marks are kind of the leftovers of the spell. It's hard to tell. It's like, did they burn because of the spell itself, or were the runes burned as a precautionary measure afterwards to try and hide it?
Mm-hmm. So, like, the spell was cast here, and there's not really much left of it.
No.
Okay.
What you do notice as you study them further, you realize you do recognize these runes. Although they are heavily distorted, they are. And this is one of your not memories from your time with Mistra, where you realize, like, this is a rune that you taught someone to help contain raw magic, such as the portals that you were opening.
Huh. So, and I'll look up and turn to them and say, I think there might have been a portal here, or some other form of raw, dangerous magic. And these runes were part of a spell for protection.
This all gives you a kind of an odd look. But that doesn't... They left 24 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
You fixed the weave. She looks at the wristwatch she doesn't have. Is that 2 hours ago? 1 hour ago?
Yeah. Time works different on different planes. I don't know why else it would be here. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
During this 10 minutes, I'll go stand at the doorway or the bottom of the stairs and make sure no one's coming.
And I want to just sweep around this room.
Okay, yes. You cast Detect Magic.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of, it's centered around... what's the kind of magic? It has a specific school of magic. I always forget.
Mm-hmm.
One sec. Is this the spell it's kind of like? Oh, that's not right. I was right. It seems to be abjuration.
Okay. Just from the runes?
From the runes. It does seem to be, like, kind of the residual, like the spell is over. It's not working anymore. It does seem to be a quite powerful spell. And Marcus, as you walk towards the stairs, you notice that there is a laborer standing there that you did not notice before that seems to be walking down the stairs towards you. They do not seem to see you, though.
Another question. Did
Yeah.
the elf upstairs or like anyone else in here look like they were a powerful enough magic user to be able to do that?
From a glance, you are unable to tell.
Okay.
You would have to spend more time doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Marcus, you do see someone on the basement stairs.
Okay, and is this right at the beginning of his ritual casting?
Oh, he's ritual casting it? No, I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot about
ritual
that. Then, yes.
Okay. Let's see. Probably would have turned off the lights when you started doing that, unless you need light for that.
Nope.
Then, yeah, it's completely dark down here.
Yeah. No, they do not see you.
Yeah. Just random human.
Seems to be a human, like, looks like the laborers you had seen upstairs.
Mm-hmm. So he has his own light, presumably.
He does not.
Oh. Well, good luck with that, then.
Does it look like he can see?
Well, you don't see him as well.
Ah, okay. Too far away. Got it.
Does it look like he can see?
Oh! Give me a insight. We'll do insight.
Insight.
That makes more
Dang.
sense for this.
Yeah.
Can't have you good at everything. You're unable, like, you know it's strange for a human to be able to see in the dark, but you can't tell, like, is he just luckily walking down the stairs? Maybe he's been down here a bunch and knows the layout well. Maybe he's stumped, like, it. You just can't tell.
I'm going to I'm gonna use no. I'm just gonna like push something into his path almost. Just like try and trip him up, but make it seem like it was already there. I don't know.
Sure.
But
Give me a sleight of hand roll with advantage. Because you want to move this thing quietly, but, like, you're very quiet. Yes. Yeah, you take a stick and put it in front of him. Let's see. I'll make him do a dex save. Let's pull up my character sheet. Ooh. No, that ain't gonna do it. They fall face first into the stone basement. And gonna take, let's say, 1d4 damage. Oh, they're fine. And shout out. At this point, the rest of you have all kind of... Whoa!
Bloody hell, what the fuck was that?
oh,
That was much too intense. Go back to this one. Yeah, and you hear him shout, "Bloody hell, what the fuck was that?" as he crashes into the ground.
if I can, I want to like quickly climb the stairs and then start climbing down them, and but like have a light with me and be like, "Are you okay?"
Roll performance.
And 100% get his attention away from the other two. No, not with advantage, but 15.
Meanwhile, hearing that shout, not understanding why we're being stealthy in the first place, I'm just going to walk towards this noise.
Come on.
Yes, so Marcus and Esvele, you're now standing over a human. Esvele, You both recognize it. Like, this looks like the laborers that you've seen just wandering around.
What the bloody hell you lot are doing down? This is restricted area.
I was coming to help you.
Restricted
Okay.
by who?
Bloody hell, what are you doing lingering in the dark like they give me fucking bit of a fright of a heart attack you're gonna give me?
Sorry. I don't speak that language.
How dare you?
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, but I'm just a bit spooked is all.
By
Are you okay?
Yeah, well, I just got a bit of a bonk on the nose, like, but I just saw you coming down here, wondered what you're doing. What's he doing in there in the middle? We've had enough of funny business in this town for a while now.
Nothing.
there's not exactly a sign that says you need a permit.
Well, there's not a lot of signs around here, really, is there? Giants have been round here. They didn't pay no attention to those signs either, have they? So I sees you coming down here, I'm wondering what's going on.
Maybe they would have if there were more signs.
Well, I can't speak to that, sirs. I don't know.
We are looking for the giants.
Well, not likely to be none down here. They couldn't get through the door, could they?
No. Oh, I suppose not.
What's he doing there in the middle? And I kind of walk towards where this fancy chap in a cloak is.
I would like to not let you do that, and will impose myself.
I am probably currently between you and Prime.
If there's not room to get in front of you, I will just put my hand on your shoulder and stop you.
Well, that's a bit of funny business then, isn't it? What's this about then? As you said yourself, sirs, ain't no sign stopping me, are there?
No signs.
What's your game?
Looking for giants.
He just kind of squints at you in the dark.
It's a fun game. You should try it sometime.
Seen enough giants, ain't I? Ain't seen the likes of you fellas down here, though.
We haven't. We're giant enthusiasts.
Hunters.
Enthusiasts, is it?
Hunters.
Hunters?
We hunt them enthusiastically.
Well, must be very enthusiastic if you found your way to a basement of a very small room with a very small door, looking for giants.
We're very thorough and definitely not following up on what are probably red herrings at all.
We're looking for small giants.
To be fair, that's kind of what we're doing. There was a Goliath. But Marcus doesn't know that.
Yeah.
We are looking for clues to their whereabouts.
Well, unless you think they've been hiding on my shoulder, sir, I would be thankful if you take your hand off.
As long as you leave our friend alone.
Hey, I'm meaning no harm here. I just want to see what's going on.
Magic. He is looking for magic.
Magic, is it? So you think magic has been involved?
They
Yes.
left very suddenly and without any traces, so yeah. We.
Well, I can't speak to having much to do with that kind of thing. Not from round here, not from what I've been up to. So, well, did the town guard know you're down here skulking round?
We filled out all of the requisite forms we were handed.
Well, if you don't mind, sirs, I wouldn't mind seeing them.
Sure, they're right here. Esvele is currently holding out 2 hands full of nothing.
Hang on, the light's a bit dim in here. Do you mind just putting on a light or something? Hang on. Can I look for a lamp or something?
While you're doing that, I will just silent image a stack of papers with unintelligible scribble that looks very official. Sorry, that was the wrong button. That looks very official, but is completely meaningless on the papers in my hands. That are stationary and not touchable.
Sure. Yeah, you do that. Yeah, labor. You're able to find some torch.
After I see Esvele do whatever she's doing, I will light a torch.
Well, right, they certainly look like some forms. I can't. Got to be honest with you, I don't know what language that is. All looks.
It's legalese.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong, are you? Those higher ups. I'll tell you what. I reach a hand out towards it and stop. Not kind of the thing that you want my hands getting on, I'm sure. And I give Esvele a little wink.
Oh, like a that's an illusion wink?
Just a wink.
You can make an
Like a that's an illusion wink?
Do you want to contest, Pan? If you want to contest, you can roll deception. Otherwise, you could just fail and tell the truth.
Sure.
Truth is overrated.
Esvele, it's a wink.
I wink back.
Oh, okay, now he needs to roll insight. We're just going to keep rolling insight back and forth at each other. No, you don't have to.
They're just gonna stand there winking.
I'm
until
never
I'm
gonna
done
get
podcasting.
introduced.
And a new character appears from the summoning circle. Ooh!
Another portal.
It's another portal.
If you guys could see what's been going on in the background with me and Talai chatting and me and Vic chatting about
Oh my
making
goodness.
I'm very familiar with that sort of dynamic, by the way.
Oh, I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Remember those 2 months of changelings?
Yeah, last chance to take bets on whether their new characters are changelings or not.
Mm.
At this stage, I'd just be, wow.
Who wants to just agree it's been 10 minutes?
Agree's
yay.
great.
That's good with me.
Just been killing time.
Yeah, I'll stand up and turn around.
Yeah, so you got the abjuration magic from the circle. You also get some illusion magic coming from the area of the party.
And I assume I would have noticed this new fellow.
Yeah, and as you turn around, still kind of casting your detect magic because it lasts for a little bit. I forget how long. 10 minutes?
10 minutes? Yeah.
You see the fake stack of papers that Esvele is still holding. They're still really hoping it's going to pay off. So they're keeping perfectly still, not moving their hands at all. And you also see illusion magic. Give me a investigation check, actually. Oh yeah, that does it. Yes, you see through the illusion. You can tell this person is disguised.
The new fellow.
New fella.
I'll walk up to him and I'll say, "You're not just a regular laborer, are you?"
Well, aren't we a clever boy?
Oh.
What actually are your I don't know if being like an avatar or something, like your pronoun, are you still like, is boy still the right, like?
Yeah,
Okay.
you could. Yeah, that works. Well, since we all know now, why don't you just take off your disguise and introduce yourself?
Not quite how this works, I'm afraid. But still, a clever boy indeed.
Isn't it? I'm
I'll
just gonna
tell you-
hand back on shoulder again. Hand on other shoulder.
Hmm.
I'm
I'm
sure
gonna-
we have plenty of entertainment that will keep us occupied, but there are rather more pressing matters, wouldn't you agree?
And I will say, like with Prime pointing out the illusion, the other two, you're able to see through it now as well. Like you can tell it's illusory.
I immediately throw up a silent image of his face over my face.
Okay.
Well,
Man,
just
that's a lot of spell slots.
full of clever
Oh, this is
people
at will.
today.
Okay, perfect. Ah, yes, I remember.
Hmm.
I'm tempted. I don't know how chaotic Marcus is, though.
You are just very useful to have around. Do you know the mirrors I have to use to pull off this kind of thing just does not give me the right kind of impression, so I thank you.
That is the strangest self-compliment I have ever heard.
My pleasure.
You're very lovely. You look just like me.
Well, if you
This is
don't,
not how I imagined this meeting would go.
if you don't want to tell us or show us who you really are, could you at least tell us why you're really here?
Well, as
We've
I
told
said,
you why we're really here.
I'm afraid my brand of this particular magic is not something one can throw away willy-nilly. Why I am here, I imagine very similar reasons to yourselves.
Giants.
Giants.
And
But giants can't fit down here.
No, but
yet
you three
he's
certainly
still
can.
here. Hmm.
It has been dreadfully boring. And then I see what looks to be, well, what looks to be not a lot at all skulking around in the shadows there. The way that light just dances away from me, it's fascinating.
Hmm.
And you, look at you with your marvelous cloak and coat. It's amazing, it's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of cocks ahead towards Esvele as well with a... And you, I must say, I haven't got the faintest other than wearing my own face.
No, but can we talk about that light trick? That is actually rather interesting.
They are in hobgoblin form right now, just to clarify.
Oh, it's a hobgoblin wearing my face.
Yes.
Yes. That's
Okay,
why I'm talking through my teeth.
Yeah. Same thing said, I just look slightly higher.
Oh, but that last question was directed at
Oh.
Marcus.
Yeah, I have had to hide. And I've learned to hide very well.
Could you teach me?
Maybe over time.
Yes.
So-
I think
No DM here.
might be... Ooh.
What?
And I kill you all.
Fireball.
Cursed your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
When he gets back, we're all best of friends now. We're gonna not go adventuring anymore. We're just gonna settle down.
You look to your left and you see a door apparate. You can choose to go through this. I will DM now.
We walk in to find a lizard, a vampire, and oh yeah, Bone Man.
The warlock says, "What'll it be?" The bone man says.
Corbin, whatever Corbin's character is, Bone Oracle, dead guy.
Oh yeah, I'll just play Kane.
We walk into the Pathfinder campaign.
You see a large scale that has a duck on it. The scale says scratched on it, "For finding witches." Notes, doesn't work on giants. Oh, he's back.
Specifically giant witches?
Yeah.
Okay, Vic, we got nowhere. We got distracted.
Yeah, I noticed.
That does tend to happen.
Yeah, anything else you want to do in this basement?
Try and disguise this guy.
Well,
Ask Prime what's going on with the circle.
the circle was there to contain some form of wild, raw magic.
Yeah, I
That's
also want to
like-
keep saying wild magic, but that's a different thing.
Mm-hmm. Best guess is there was a portal, or they tried casting some spell before the weave was back, and it didn't work as planned.
Did
Right.
Imistra tell us about their vision?
What?
Or did you just say, like, no?
Which vision?
Because you remember, Mistra taught someone this spell, like
Mhm.
how to contain the portals.
Right.
So whether that is information you share with the party or not, that is up to you.
Yeah, I guess.
There was also the giants opening a portal in Largrasis.
Well,
Mistra had a vision of that when she looked at it.
oh yeah.
When they looked at it? I don't even know what Mistra is anymore.
That's why I asked my earlier question.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's much else to gain down here. The portal that the giants opened, someone closed. Oh yeah, the giants Wait, did they open a portal on purpose or on accident? I forget what
I don't think we know.
They just had a portal.
A big ass portal.
Yeah. And
Teleporting giants, is that what you're implying?
I can't say if it was on purpose or not, but this circle here and the vision I had tell me it's past now. There's no real way to tell if they went anywhere, did anything with the portal. But yeah. So, before we continue with you, our new friend, would you mind giving us a name?
What name would you like?
Whatever you prefer.
Yours, preferably. One of yours? All of yours? All of yours.
All of them.
I'll tell you this. This place, this big, damp, it's dark, it's dull. I find these conversations much better with music, don't you?
I hear music.
I like this guy.
I've forgotten the name of the place. You see this labourer pull out a phone and Google something.
Okay.
The Thief and Cask.
Thief and thank you, that's the biscuit. The Thief and Cask. It's a nice place. I'll meet you there.
Let's go together.
If you
We
insist.
we don't have anywhere else to be.
Then come along.
Alright. Yeah. I'll let him, who still has not given us a name, lead the way, I suppose.
All right, time to go to this completely new tavern that we've never seen before.
Oh
With
yeah.
a completely different bartender.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go play cards with the hobbits.
Oh yeah, there's 3 hobbits here playing cards.
Oh,
Oh,
Palantalai, here you are.
incredible.
Oh,
Hey, Will's here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kushan!
oh,
Yes.
Till I actually went off to become a bartender at this place.
How'd you
Yeah,
find
like
me
Peter.
already?
Oh, and yeah, as we walk out of the basement, I do shift back to Merfolk.
Okay.
Well, aren't you just fascinating?
I try. Do I
Uh-huh.
try? No, this shit just keeps happening.
mhm.
As we
Never
back
get
to the
lost
bar-
while teleporting.
There we go. That's what your laborer friend looks
Oh,
like.
That's me. Cool.
Nice.
My Cockney labourer.
Hmm.
I have so many British accents.
Let's see.
So as we get there, well, a promise is a promise. Do give me 5 minutes, won't you? And I'll head upstairs.
Yeah. As you head in, very nice. Much nicer than the tavern you visited earlier. Thief and Cask. You see, everyone in here seems to be wearing very fine clothes, similar to like the people you saw at like that town hall meeting or whatever it was. Much more prestigious than a lot of the taverns you have frequented. A large human walks towards you. Hey, hello, my name's Mally Fox. Welcome here to the Thief and Cask. Are you looking for a room, a drink, something to eat?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. What do you want? Some whiskey, gin, wine?
Jägermeister?
Yes.
All right. And we got steamed duck poached eggs as our specialty today.
Mm.
Does that sound good to all of you?
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not used to being this agreeable.
All right. It's 2 silver pieces each for your drink and food, and it'll be right out.
I'm burning through that silver. I only have 6 left.
I do
Lot
put
of gold.
3 on the table, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And what's all y'all's passive perception?
15.
16.
16. Whatever. All of you. That's good enough for all of you.
Oh, sorry. It's 15 because I have the wrong thing marked.
Sure. Yes, you see the bartender, he's walking around, seems very very offering things to people, like he's not waiting for people to come to him. Also seems to be exchanging lots of, talking rumors with lots of people. Specifically, you hear lots of rumors about different casters, different wizards and witches that live in the city proper and outside of it. And in particular, you hear him retelling this story over and over again about some magic user that lives in the mountains that came in during the occupation delivering food. No one knows how he got in and out without the giants finding him, but he provided a lot of food to the people of Largrasis during this time.
And I'll whisper to the other 2. Is our laborer friend back down, or is he still upstairs?
I don't know, is he back down?
I can come down now if you want.
Sure.
Yeah. I was just gonna whisper. I think that mage in the mountains is the one that got rid of that portal. I think he's our best bet. They're our best bet. So we'll...
I don't think you're wrong.
I,
Yeah, you're welcome to ask Mally or other patrons about the caster.
yeah, well, yeah, when he comes back, I'll ask. I overheard you telling a story of a powerful wizard that came in while the giants were here and helped you. Could you?
Yeah, he comes back with all of your food for everybody, and you can ask him that. Give me persuasion or investigation roll. Give you options.
Definitely that one.
Investigation. As you mention him, a couple of other patrons at the bar kind of lean in. They're all kind of like giving their own descriptions of him. One of them says, they all just kind of like give a little chuckle when you ask about the caster. One of them says, "Oh, he's something all right." And another says, "I was expecting something completely different when I met him. I had heard stories, but when I actually saw him, it was something else." Another of the patrons says, "He made me feel like a wee lad." And then Mally kind of leans in to all of you. "Yeah, that dude was whack."
Whack dude. Do you know where we
Son
might
of
find
a
him?
bitch. Well, we're going to go meet them.
Yeah. Do you know where they might be?
Noah, we don't really know where he came from, but we know he always came from the northern side of town. We expect he's somewhere from the forest, hiding in the caves there, or the forest or something.
Do you know his name?
No, he never said a word to us. Just came with the food and left. Some people, after people kind of got wind of it, would ask him to break them out of the city, but he never took anyone with him. He just brought the food in and left. No one knows how.
Oh. I guess we go north.
Maybe
Shall I
later.
go downstairs?
Yes.
Not now.
Yeah. We'll say you came downstairs now.
So I have
Coming
two-
downstairs, you first see some balls of light that convalesce into a vaguely humanoid female form and kind of just floats its way to kind of the stage area and sort of takes a bow and kind of just sort of caresses the instruments and things. And following this light, you see a red-skinned, horned tiefling who's just grinning ear to ear in a very nice-looking coat. Kind of just got his arms outstretched, rapier at the side. The horns are kind of, they have these kind of bands of gold and silver just kind of around them as they curl backwards across the head, where there's this dark hair tied behind. He kind of walks past you. He winks at Esvele again in the same way. Goes to the instruments by the glowing woman and and picks up the loot, and then comes to join you on the table. And just before he sits down, gives a kind of very flamboyant bow, and just says, "As promised, a name. You have the honor of addressing Solomon, the Red Bard. A pleasure."
Just checking, does that name ring any bells? For any of us?
Imra, roll history for me.
God called Soldarin.
History. Okay. Oh shit.
Okay.
Nat 31, easy.
Maybe I've heard of him.
Yeah, the other two, like, there's no way you heard of him. But Imra, you have spent some time in the city of Al-Rafir, where Solomon's exploits are especially well known. You know him as a bard, very popular, like often hired out for kind of private, really high-end shows and things. And you know, like, he very much got to the point where, like, he would seek out people he wanted to be employed by. Like, very prodigious as a musician. But at the same time, not that well known due to his very selective behavior. Like, he was not just putting on shows for the masses.
And are you in town for a show, Solomon, or is this personal business?
Oh, there's always a show when Solomon's around.
Of course.
But yes, I was here for some personal matters, but that didn't last too long, what with the giants arriving and the giants staying and everything got thoroughly boring for a while. And the giants left, and now you all are here.
That we are.
So, what did the giants do?
Sod
Just
all. I've begun writing a song about it, in fact. I call it The Time the Giants Came and They Did Bugger All and went away again. I don't think it's going to be a smash hit.
A bit wordy.
The title.
And when they left, just poof, gone? Or did they walk out?
Seemingly, as sudden as their arrival, they were gone again. I didn't see the event itself, mind you. I was sleeping at the time, as there's not a lot else to do when giants are in town. The crowd's really dwindled coming here, I'll tell you that much. There's not many with a sprightly need of adventure in this place, and as much as I would like to have a little bit of a wander around, no one else was really in the mood to. Fear of being trodden on, I assume. They really didn't do much at all, though. The only real casualties are when they arrived and the mob started braying at the gates to get out. Poor souls got crushed in the mix of it, but other than that, a fairly harmless affair, if a very dull one.
You talk too much. I'm gonna try and grab the bartender and see if he has heard any rumors about how they left or anybody who, like, anything particular they did.
Roll investigation or persuasion.
Positive charisma.
Feels good. Yeah, Mali, he brings Solomon a glass of whiskey, just kind of gives him a wink, and turns to you when you ask the question. Yeah, the Giants... Yeah, just yesterday midday, they left. Saw them walk out. Stepped over those walls we have. Not that they did... They didn't do ass. Not so good at keeping out the giants. I know there's a bit of a petition going around if you want to sign it to raise the minimum height of the city walls to prevent the giants. I don't know how much good that's going to do, though. But yeah, they walked in and they walked out.
Raising
Nothing.
it'd be a waste of time, waste of effort.
If you could point us in that direction.
Yeah,
I'd be able to follow them.
he points north. They went to the mountains. I don't know. None of us really cared all that much to try to follow them.
Everything seems to be pointing north.
Is it like later in the day at this point then?
Yeah, we'll say kind of late afternoon. We've been doing a lot of wandering around.
Mhm.
Almost dinner time. You're having like an early supper.
I'll just start casually playing a tune. Nothing special.
Mhm.
I'll press to digitate a beat to go with it, I think. Or whatever the limit of that is. What would be minor illusion?
I'm sure we could rustle up some percussives if you wanted to join. It's
Damn.
been a while since a duet.
I'm rather terrible with the actual instruments, you know.
Ah, so was I once upon a time. It didn't last. I'm a natural.
Yeah, alright. Anything else you want to do with the thief and cask?
I guess get a room and
Yeah.
sleep. I'd like to
That's
set out
fair.
very early morning, maybe even before the sun starts.
Yeah, 1 gold piece each for a room. Solomon, you already have a room here.
Easy.
GP.
Yeah, it's a fancy place.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be thinking of going into the mountains on some sort of mad adventure hunting giants without someone to document such a feat, would you?
Well, you did miss the trip to Elysium.
Elysium.
Yes.
You've been to Elysium.
Quite recently.
The
Today.
home of magic itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating. And how was it?
Fabulous. Getting there
Better
was
when we left?
My. Barman! Their rooms are on me, and I pay the 3 gold.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Ah, there's one.
Yeah, if there's stuff you want to do, you can. Otherwise, you can go to sleep. Get a long rest.
Oh, I don't think I have much to do.
Nor I.
Spend the rest of the evening
Yeah.
just playing the odd bits and pieces until if there are more people coming in, then I'll put some effort in. And I'll keep the light dancing girl around for a bit as well.
Alright. Yeah, we all go to bed. Have a good night's sleep. Best night most of you have had in a while, other than you, Solomon. The rest of you have not really slept on good beds in...
Hey, Vic, your audio is fucked.
Oh,
Yeah, I was wondering if that was just me.
like
I
robot-y?
figured
Good
it was.
job.
Hello.
How
And
about
that's why we
now?
killed everyone.
We did it, Vic. We saved the city.
Wow.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, much better.
Perfect.
It was Robo Vic.
Odd. Well, we are back. Yeah, long rest. All went well. You had a good sleep. Most of you haven't slept on a nice bed in quite a while.
I get my 1 hit point back from bonking my nose.
Oh, yeah, I get
Oh
myself.
yeah, spell slots.
Completely forgot about that.
I got spell slots again. What is this?
Yeah, should we give Imra half an hour to sort out his prepared spells?
How do spell slots work? I don't remember anymore.
Imra's elf. He's had 4 hours
Yeah.
to get his spells together.
That's fair.
So I
Yeah.
was hoping for early morning. How early in the morning is it?
We'll say, like, it's an hour before dawn.
Works for me. Do we want to just head out now? Go
Nothing
find
stopping
giants.
us. Yeah. Go.
It's still strange. They did nothing for weeks.
8 days by my count, though a few of them in the middle ran into one another. Hard to say.
Well,
Really?
they- Eight
I
days.
could have miscounted how many days it is.
Who knows?
Yeah, I remember going back and it's minimum 2 weeks.
Okay, we'll go with that one.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go north.
Yeah, if we can find where they went over the walls and start tracking.
Yep, give me survival roll.
1 second.
Whoever wants to. I imagine the ranger is best at it.
I hope so.
I have
Do-do-do-do-do.
advantage on survival checks to track them,
Yes.
as well as on checks to recall information. So,
Mhm. Yeah, give me advantage survival.
I'll go
Whew.
start loading my various cases and things on my horse outside.
Okay.
easy clap.
Is that a nat 1 and a nat
That's a
20?
nat 1 and a nat 20.
Oh, jeez.
Easy advantage. Yes, so you find there is a lot of tracks. Like, you don't know this, Marcus, but the rest of the party would have remembered, like, there was a lot of giants in the city, and they all seem to have left. And you can easily trace them to some of the caves in the mountains.
Actually, I think I can also tell you exactly how many there are.
Yeah, do
from
you
these
have
tracks.
that from something else? I think so.
I don't remember which ability that would be.
Like,
I think
I can figure out an exact number if you like dozens, like a lot of giants, lots of them.
Yeah, Natural Explorer. While tracking other
Mhm.
creatures, you also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through.
Yeah, they passed through at this point 36 hours ago.
Okay.
And we'll say 50 giants. 52.
That's a lot of giants.
Yes.
And I learned sizes. Is there a variety of sizes?
Variety of sizes. Like you can tell, like anywhere between like ogres up to storm giants, and everything in between.
Red ones, blue ones, grey ones.
I don't think natural tracker does that.
I don't quite get colors, no.
I was just reminiscing about ones
Mhm.
I had seen.
Okay. Yeah, he can tell you more about the ones he's seen. He did see the giants. Along those tracks, Marcus, with a nat 20, you also see tracks going a similar path, deviates as you get closer to the mountain, from something else, non-giant. You're unable to determine what kind of tracks they are, though.
Would these be the Goliath that I know of, but Marcus doesn't?
No, they
Or-
don't seem the same kind of, like, you would recognize, like, humanoid tracks
Okay.
like that, like someone with a normal foot, like that's something else.
Did I see the Goliath's tracks with the rest of them?
With a nat 20, yes.
Okay, cool. So,
Yeah, there's one track of, like, humanoid footprints going in the same direction.
but then there's this other one
Mm-hmm.
that kind of deviates,
Yes.
but stays with them.
Seems to go into a different cave. Like, so, like, once you reach the mountains, going into two different caves. And are you giving this information to your comrades?
As we go, yeah.
Okay.
I'll give most of it. I'll
Then, Esvele and Imra, as you get close enough to the mountains, you recognize the tracks from this one that split off goes into the cave that you fought the Oni in.
There wasn't much in that cave. It was just like a dead end, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That seems worth following up on, no?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, hopefully.
No, I think we just leave it. Whoever's in there is probably not that interesting.
So you want to go to Oni Cave?
Yeah, okay.
Stealthily.
Stealthily? Alright, everyone give me stealth roll.
Are we doing? Okay.
Unless you want to just send one person in or something.
Oh, option to send just one person in, but obviously not.
What?
Prime's rushing in.
Oh, yeah.
Dear Lord. Yeah, so you begin, as you get closer to the mountain, like farther from the city, all of the plants around you begin to thin out, like you're getting into more of like a tundra, highlands area. The grass is shorter, the bushes are more sparse. And you reach the edge of the cave. As you get close to the cave, you see a small rock with what appears to be a mouse standing on top of it. Let me... No, wrong one. Boo, boo, boo. Here, let's move you to okay. You see this mouse, and he begins squeaking very loudly at Prime, Esvele, and Solomon.
We've been had.
I don't
Got
have
us.
that spell today, little boy.
Do you stop to look at him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you look at him, he stops squeaking and holds out a paw, kind of like palm up.
Is there
I-
anything else here?
Just the entrance to the cave.
So
How-
no one else appears to be in here.
You can't like see into the cave yet, but no one is standing outside. It's only this mouse.
And I assume this is normal mouse paw sized.
Yes, it is mouse-sized.
I will offer him my finger.
He kind of swats
Okay,
it away and then holds out his hand again.
Little shit.
I've got original game before I had an icon pan still lingering around as well.
Oh, there we go. Goodbye.
Been haunted by old characters.
I will pull a tiny piece off of a ration. I don't know if you want me to go to like 9.9.
No, that's
rations,
fine. He
but-
takes it, sniffs it a little bit, and then gives a nod.
I would like to appear out of the shadows,
You hear a
And-
little squeak.
walk up to this thing, and as part of primeval awareness, I can talk to animals in some fashion.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because it's emotional
Oh.
state. It seems a little spooked right now, but you imagine that's just from you appearing.
Yeah. Just looking for basic mood and intent right now.
Mm-hmm.
Any magic it's affected by.
No magic. Short-term need. It's a little bit grumbly, but you think the ration will satisfy it. It seems to want to be paid off to let you into the cave.
That's what I was thinking. I'll pull out a silver and give it to it.
Well, he looks very happy. You see him pull out a little bag from behind the rock and put it in, and then close it and put the bag away, hiding it like underneath some leaves, and then gives you a very deep bow and stands aside, allowing you into the cave.
Well, isn't that the sweetest little thing?
Very strange. If you don't mind, I'll leave. I want to go first.
Sure.
Quietly, I don't know if I'm full stealthing. I'm just not making
Sure.
myself obvious.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you let Marcus go ahead, and the rest of you know you're not very stealthy compared to Marcus, so you let him go far enough ahead that he can, like, do something without you ruining it for him. Marcus and the rest of you notice as you get closer, but as you go deeper and deeper in the cave, despite it, like, you've been in caves before, they're quite barren, especially Esvele and Imra, you have been here before. It is usually quite barren. It seems to be getting much more green and lush as you enter You see large sprouting flowers, bushes, and trees with berries and fruits on them, and a lush moss and glowing mushrooms once you come to kind of the heart of the cave.
So is it lit?
Yes. Yeah, dim light.
Are there any druidic markings as we are entering or in the area?
Give
that
me
have
a
certain-
perception roll with advantage, because druid. No. As you come in, you know the moss under your feet. You know it's very nice to walk, like very soft kind of walking. You hear like this place is completely different than when you last visited it. Like the same, you can tell. Like this is the same cave. You didn't make a mistake. It's the same bends and the same openness and everything. But especially once you get to the heart of the cave, it's this small oasis. You see birds and bugs flying around, and a large garden also in the center of this cave. You see potatoes, carrots, turnips, all sorts of foods growing next to a large oak tree. Yes, and you see a pile of wicker baskets next to it that seem to be to like carry and harvest the foods.
Well, I suppose we have our... Oh, never mind. I'm not that deep yet.
Yeah, so Marcus, you are the first one to approach
Yeah.
it.
And do I know people?
You do
Just-
not see any people, just animals. And small animals at that, like small birds and bugs and stuff.
I'd like to ask them just, basic questions. Is there a person that does this? Where are they?
Yeah. Again, like with your primeval awareness.
Yes, so I can continue to
Yeah.
communicate with them in simple.
Most of them are chirp, chirp. I like the food that's here. This place, they say, like, the forest takes care of them. They really like the tree and the food. They like that they can hang out here, and it's real nice. It reminds them of the forest. They
But
don't.
they've never seen a person.
They say nothing of a person. They talk a lot of what they talk about is how much they like the forest.
Mm-hmm. And those tracks, did those just stop? Is there the cave's not a material that would convey tracks at all?
No, the moss, as you walk into it, you see the tracks went straight up to the cave entrance, and into the cave as well. But once this moss started appearing, it seems to just instantly absorb your footprints. So including your own, you look behind you and you're not leaving any tracks behind.
Right. I'll just kind of go back to the rest, I guess. It's full of animals and plants. They don't seem to... There doesn't appear to be anybody here. So I don't know what those tracks were.
We caught up with him by then.
I went back to you guys and said
Okay.
that.
Well, one way or another, the mouse should know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can ask him about whatever.
Have you ever tried to train a small furry animal? I understand it's a pain, even if you're using carrots.
Yeah. Did any of you? Because there was also there was a garden in the middle. Would you have investigated that, Marcus, while you were looking around, or just talking to the animals?
I mean, if there were any animals in there that would have.
Sure.
So yeah, I probably would have wandered over there. I don't know if I would have paid it too much attention though.
Sure. As you're talking to one of the birds, its name is Drake, the bird. You begin to hear a sound, and we'll get rid of this tent. We don't need this music anymore. But this one. Yeah. You begin to hear a creaking behind you, and as you turn, you see the large oak tree behind you unfurling. What you first supposed was a tree is something else. You see arms and legs begin to form, and large wings sweep out of it as what appears to be some kind of drake stands before you. And he kind of ruffles his wings at you. Hear a large roar. Not kind of leaping out at you, but does not seem to be a fan of you being in here.
Understandable. I will place my hand on my weapon, but slowly back out without drawing it. Not all the way out, just out of the garden.
Yes, it does not fall. It seems to be standing next to the garden.
I'm sorry for intruding. I did not know this was your garden. Me and my friends will be leaving then.
Yeah, it continues to kind of ruffle its wings towards you, kind of prompting you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all caught up with him ish?
Yeah, you've caught up with him.
At least to be able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Huh.
Can I help you guys? I haven't seen you in my cave before.
Oh, this is coming from the Drake?
This is from behind you.
Oh.
It hasn't been your cave for terribly long, has it?
Are you turning around?
Mm-hmm.
No, making a point of not turning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Behind you, you see a not super tall, probably 5'8" or 5'10" or so. Has a very natural and ornate long bow slung across his back that has parts of stone and twisting wood and thorns coming off of it. And the man you see before you is not human. In fact, he's not really probably anything any of you have ever really seen before. His skin seems to be solid wood, and his his joints creak and groan, and his hair is kind of long and seems to be consisting of vines and leaves. And he looks past you and kind of doesn't really say anything, but says, "Oh, he's mad," and will walk through the party up to the dragon and just kind of rest his hand on his head and say, I hope Boz didn't scare you guys too much."
Just a. No.
Startled.
No. And I'm assuming you've already met Sylvester out by he likes to stand outside of the cave.
The mouse?
Yeah, he's somewhat of a mouse, yeah. He's did he demand something from you? I'm sorry, he's a bit of a loot goblin bastard, to be honest.
He asked nicely.
Esvele, make a perception roll. Yeah, with a
Normal, not advantage.
8. Yeah, you notice a bit too late as you see a mouse running away from you with a gold piece that it seemed to have gotten from your pouch.
Do I kill it? No, I'm gonna leave it
No.
be. The thought does cross her mind briefly, but not seriously.
Oh, one sec. So, like, can I help you? Could we help you?
Oh. We're looking for some giant.
Yeah, I noticed they left the mountains and was sent to aid, and all I could really do by myself was provide food for the people, so I've been smuggling in.
So that was you.
Me? Who?
In the city. We heard stories about you.
Really?
They
I
seem
can't imagine what those humans had to say about me. They probably were a
They
little
seem
off
quite
put.
enamored with you.
Yeah.
Actually. Very,
Yeah.
almost somewhat of a hero to them. It seemed like. But I'm more interested in the basement of the theater. If you know anything.
I guess first, what exactly is the theater?
Big building in the center of town where the Giants made their headquarters.
I haven't really been in the town. I just kind of had a like a drop-off location, and I really haven't done much in the town. Why do you ask?
Well, there was some quite powerful magic that was cast in that room, and wasn't sure who cast it. When we heard the rumors about you appearing in town, supposedly quite powerful magic user yourself, I figured the two might be related.
As far as I know, I didn't do anything of that, but I wouldn't necessarily call myself much of a magic user. Boz here is probably a little more adept at that than I am, but
Well, we'll track him down anyway.
Did
but
I don't recall
wait, you were
Eves
go into the
bustling around
theater?
underneath in the basement at all.
what was that? Sorry.
So I didn't notice any leaves.
Yeah.
Like
No,
around.
no. Boz has, since we came from the forest. Boz has just been here. He hasn't. I don't think either of us really want to go into the city, especially definitely. How did you guys fare in there? It seems like that's pretty hostile territory with the giants and all.
Not
No
anymore.
giants.
Well, I mainly just slept for about 2 weeks.
No giants.
They left,
They
headed north.
yesterday.
Must have been sunbathing. I didn't catch that. I'm sorry. I would have went north to follow them. So they're definitely
Oh,
up to something, and I don't like what it's doing to the natural order.
Can you elaborate on that?
Elaborate on what?
On what it's doing to the natural order?
Well, giants aren't necessarily supposed to be meddling in human affairs. I suppose I'm not really either, but I can't imagine that what they're up to is peace and prosperity for the greater human race or for anyone else. I mean, I've dealt a little bit with giants, and they're not as concerned about it as I am, I guess, per se. There must be balance between the races, and I assumed that they are looking for something greater than that, or lesser than that, I guess.
I have dealt with giants myself, and doing nothing is not their normal motif.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 weeks of 50 giants doing nothing. Did you anything with that? Did you see them do anything? Or since I don't know.
Oh, like I said, I really was just trying to keep the people fed throughout this. I just wanted, I guess necessarily, I guess almost waiting for someone to come along that I could actually help and help deal with them. But I knew that there was nothing Boz and I could do by myself. And Sylvester. Sorry, Sylvester.
This may be rude. What are you?
My people don't stray much outside of the canopies of the forest, so don't worry, I'm not surprised that you haven't necessarily seen any of my kind, but we call ourselves Silva, if that means anything to you.
No, not a bit.
Well, there you go.
well,
So I guess did you guys need anything, or what exactly are you guys doing here? I guess I assumed you guys were here to get food, but it doesn't. It seems like you have a rather wealthy person on your side right there, and I can't imagine you'll be needing that.
no, we were following the giants.
Are you looking at me when you say that?
I am definitely looking at you when I say that.
Coin isn't boundless. It doesn't grow on trees as perhaps the things you value might.
That's fair. Are you going to continue following the giants?
At least until we get answers.
I would like answers too. Boz, Sylvester, and I will accompany you if you don't mind.
Happy for it. There is quite a few giants, and I do not like our odds at the moment.
Divide and conquer, no?
Definitely an option.
Well, I'm rested up. The food I sometimes require, I can take with me and make with me wherever I go. We're ready when you are.
Hmm.
Well then, shall we continue our tale?
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, I think my guy will just continue walking forward. Start walking towards you then, to leave the cave.
All right. Anything to discuss before you leave the cave?
Solomon thinks of a joke to say, stops himself from saying it, and notes it in his head for later to be improved.
Yes, yes.
But for the rest of you, it was something to do with this guy must like woodwind instruments.
Yeah,
Great.
definitely needs improvement.
Why he doesn't say it out loud.
Point of note, you guys haven't asked my character's name, but I'm assuming that would come up. So his name is
Yeah.
Malinay.
Okay.
Okay.
I had assumed they only named their pets.
Ah, no.
All right. So
Malinay didn't name his pets. They told him their name.
Oh,
they are of the forest. So you exit the cave. And in the distance, you see a silhouette walking towards you. Humanoid, about 5 feet tall, walking towards you. You see a large brimmed hat on their head, a long leather trench coat as they walk towards you, and most auspiciously, a long-armed rifle along their shoulders. And as they reach you, they look up at you, and for a split moment, Imra and Esvele, you see Will. But you quickly realize that, no, it's not. A woman stands before you. As she stands before your party. Why, hello there. My name's Wilma Judd, and I need your help.
What?
What?
And this is in character. You are shitting me.
And that's where we're going to end today's session.
What?
what the?